This is an Ellis Mowers and Mower small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. On today's repair, we're going to be looking at a very unique machine here that I've never had here in the shop. This is a Craftsman. I think it's a late 70s model. 4 horsepower Briggs and Stratton. It has the top pull rope here. Recoil assembly. 20-inch cut. This thing was running this season. I got it for, well, it was a free find that was essentially a trade-in. So I got a trade-in for it. They bought just a cheap 20-inch Murray push mower to mow a dog bed with, I believe. And this is the one that she just told me that I could have. She said it would always pop off on the third pull, and then it just stopped. So we're going to give a walk around of this machine, and then we're going to see kind of the uniqueness of it, and then we're going to see if we can get it running again. There are a couple other things that I see that are probably going to have to be done. I just need to get to them. I would like to at least know if it'll start up before I go that route. But nothing crazy. Hopefully it'll be a fairly easy fix to get back going. Let's take a look around it. Alright, so I've never seen one with this big shroud on top. This is like a vacuum shredder bagger. So I wonder if this has something to do with just like dust mitigation or things along those lines. I don't have any attachments for it. That's just being used as a regular push mower. I have already checked the spark in it, and you pull it and it doesn't do anything. There are no safety switches or anything like that. It's just a standard throttle cable, the old Pulsa-Prime Briggs. So before the primer bulbs were a thing on these, with that auto choke lever and stuff, they said it's been running. You can tell it's been running rich for a decent amount of time, with all the soot and stuff sitting here on the back side of it. I did clean off the model number so that you can look at this. This does not have a 917 code, which means it was probably not made by AYP. It has a 536 number. I don't know if that would be Murray or Roper or something along those lines. If somebody knows that, just let me know. 536-796-820, and then the code is 5087. I think that means it was made in the 50th week of either going to be 1978 or 1988. I would venture to guess that it would be a 1988. We can maybe verify if we can find the numbers on the engine here. I'll look at that in just a second if I can verify that. Looking underneath the machine, the blade is in fairly good shape. It's just one of those universal blades. I'll see what type of blade adapter is on it. Maybe that'll give us a hint as to who made and manufactured this machine. But I'm going to see if I can find a date on the engine. If not, then we'll just kind of leave it as a mystery. Not leave it as a mystery, but the code on these older mowers doesn't show. But what I'll do is pull the plug next. I already pulled the plug. I know we're going to have to replace it. And wouldn't it be a wonder if I just put a new plug in and it starts up? The other thing I will have to fix, though, is this gas tank. This gas tank is fairly loose on it. It is missing, where is it? So it's missing the mounting bolt that goes right there. So I just would have to find another mounting bolt and a spacer to put there. And hopefully, that's all I'm going to have to do to this. I don't know if I even have a diaphragm. I used to have a couple of these old Pulsa-Prime diaphragms laying around. I don't know if I have any anymore, but I'll see if push comes to shove. Y'all might not be able to look up in there, but this is the date code says 850321. 850321. So this engine was made in, what'll it be, March 21st of 1985. So how about that? So maybe the first digit on the code is a 5. Indicates the year made. I would have ventured that it was probably a 70-some model, but I was wrong. There's the plug, which is rough. So I've got what I believe is a known good plug over here. I checked the spark already. Got a Briggs plug right here. Got a bunch of new plugs and stuff too. We'll clean that off, throw it in. Really, we'll see, because I do have spark going to the plug. That plug is wet, which means that it was getting some sort of fuel to it, or it's just straight flooded. So we'll see if this thing will just kick over. It'll be something if it does. I didn't realize they were making these top recoils that late in the run of these engines. Well, unfortunately, I just warmed my garage up with the heater because I was expecting to be in here longer. So I have to open the garage back up, but there it is. It looks like I do need to lean out the screw a little bit. Let's let me open that before we get choked out of here. I do need to let it run for a few minutes. But what I am going to do first is, I can't believe that it started up that quickly. This thing got massively flooded though. I mean, it's just going to roll out of here. I just need to find a bolt to go into there and we'll be in good shape. So let me find that and we'll pull it out and I'll let y'all watch the smoke show that this is going to be. Your adjustment for the carb is, oh, it's over here on these, isn't it, somewhere? I think it's right in there. So we're going to have to take a Phillips screwdriver, I believe, and take care of that, put a new air filter in it, and that may be it. So that's great. I will see if I can, I can feel the adjustment screw in there. It's either a Phillips or a flathead, and we'll make those adjustments if we need to. But there's a lot of junk that came out of that muffler, so. Whew, all right, y'all ready to get smoked out again, except not in an enclosed space? Hopefully so. I got a bolt. Put that back on the gas tank there so everything's secure. I thought that for sure was the issue at first because of the loose tank. It probably like screwed up the intake tube and stuff, but hey, I'll take a spark plug. Degrees out, so since it starts and runs so good, I try to adjust that carb. One thing I do need to make sure on these is, does it restart on me? Just the fact that it idles that good, I don't think I'm going to touch it. I'm gonna change the oil in it, and I'm gonna change the oil in it and be done with it, I think. Obviously clean it up and all that. One thing I do want to show y'all down here, and somebody may be watching this video may know more about it, about this stuff than I do. This one was a vacuum shredder bagger, so I'm wondering if it was, let's see. So if you look underneath here, it's got these plastic things also that turn. And I didn't know, you know, if this helped vacuum the grass clippings up a little bit more. I don't know the attachments and everything that were associated with this, but I would assume that this had some serious attachments when it was new. And probably was not the cheapest machine to buy either. Like I said, one of these rare, well, they weren't rare at the time, but you don't never see them anymore. These side starters for the pull rope, really cool. Oil's right here. We'll turn the machine over, change that out because it's definitely dark. And I'll look while we have the oil turn, or the machine turned over to drain the oil out. I'll look at the blade just to see what type of blade key is on it, and that may give us a hint as to who made these. Like I said, I think it definitely was not AYP, I don't think, with this model number, because Craftsman was using 917s for their AYP products at this time. 536, like I said, may have been a Murray. Could have been an MTD. I don't think it would have been, though. Y'all let me know. I may do a little bit of searching in the back. Well, I don't have any Craftsmans in the backyard. But we'll look under the blade key next. Got the oil draining. Well, let's check on the blade key here. I'm just more interested in this than anything. Oh, this is weird. Look at this. That's weird. What on earth? So it's got a... So the blade itself is that. It's got this little round piece here. I don't know if that round ring is supposed to be on there or not, or if it's part of something that fell off. So it's got this round piece here that fits on there like that, and then it mates up to a, this is a universal blade, obviously, which I'll keep, actually we'll keep this around because I have a 20-inch blade that'll fit on this just fine with the current way that it is. Man, I don't even know, y'all. One other cool thing I noticed is that even with this basic push mower, had ball bearing wheels, so 1985 for the win there. I'm going to put another blade on this that'll fit. A Murray blade. I'm going to put a Murray blade and adapter on it so I can save this 20-inch universal, since it'll go on different applications that are more common. And give y'all a good cleanup. I'll finish changing the oil and I'll change the air filter out in it, and I'll let you know what it looks like after it's all cleaned up. Really cool item though. Let me know if y'all have ever seen anything like this. It looks like whatever this plastic piece is here is pretty much chewed out, but we're just using it as a regular push mower at this point, so it's really nothing to worry about when it comes to that. I think it cleaned up rather nicely for what it is. I guess turns 40 next year, right? Still cruising along. Of course, after I washed it, it didn't start because the plug wire was wet, and I guess I got the air filter a little wet. Once I got it going, I just let it run. Basically, it ran the tank out of gas. I refilled the gas tank. It took 9 pulls to start, but I think it'll start right back up now. Runs pretty good, doesn't it? You don't see a lot of them idle down like that, especially when they're this old. All right, good deal. I know I mentioned that I was going to try and put a different blade on it. It actually turned out that the blade that was on it was the best fit because of the way that the blade key and stuff comes down there. It really was the best option just to put this blade back on it, because the other ones weren't seating right, and this one actually, because it's seated around the outside of that little square thing, it's seated better because that square looking thing actually was up just a little bit, and all the other blades I had rested on that because the hole was too big, or was not big enough to go around that. So I just centered it up, slapped it back on there, and everything seems to be good now. Turned out really nice though, didn't it? The white cleaned up pretty well on the engine cover here, and it runs good. Sometimes I've learned just to leave well-do alone when it runs. So I just changed the oil, sharpened the blade, gave it a good cleaning. Didn't bother doing anything else to it, because sometimes you'll get in trouble whenever you try and fine-tune things. Had to put a bolt right there because the little that's not a nut. I can't think of the name of the fastener now, but wing nut, my goodness, was loose on there. So I just found a nut for it. Throttle cable works well. Mower works well. I'll take pictures of it. It'll be time to send it on to a new home here come spring if nobody picks it up before then. So we are all done with this Craftsman vacuum shredder bagger side discharge mower. That's all it is now, is a side discharge mower. I'd have been curious to see what type of attachments would have come on this, because I just don't know. Probably was a pretty pricey mower when it was bought. I don't really see, I've never seen one like this before, especially in this good a condition for as much use as this thing has gotten. It's gotten a decent amount of use over the course of the 39 years. I know that the other people who had it a really long time, and just said that all they had to do was pull it and go, and they did. And it turns out that the only thing that was keeping this thing really from running was a spark plug. After we replaced the spark plug, I put that bolt into the gas tank mounting bolt, and just gave it a service and called it a day and a cleaning. And I think that's where we need to stay with this one. Runs good. It's going to do exactly what it needs to. And I got some sort of bug on it right now. I don't know if it's a roach. Oh yeah, that's the second one of those I've seen come out of this machine. So how about that? But we gave it a good cleaning, and we're going to send it on. It should give good service to whoever buys it from me, because, I mean, just had to put a spark plug in it. Spark plug that was in it looked like it was one that was supposed to be on a 2-cycle machine anyway, so it was probably not burning correctly, which is probably why we have all that smoke and black soot and, you know, raw fuel and whatnot that is imprinted in the deck. Now I've put I don't know if it's the exact Briggs push mower plug on it, but it's like a Champion or a Briggs or something push mower plug that's supposed to be more in line with what goes on this. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Again, if my yard is looking like a Sears from the 1980s, I have that self-propel mower I saw a couple videos back, this mower, another 80s model Craftsman with the Tecumseh on it that I didn't film, and they'll all be ready to go come spring if nobody picks them up before then. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.